but I'm scared. I'm just like, what? I'm a mess. I got my sprained ankle.
That's the whole point of this fight. It creates conversation, barbershop conversations, taxi conversations, airplane conversations, and that's what we want. The more people talking about the fight.
Arena swung from roaring cheers to stunned silence in seconds. AnthonyJoshua versus Jake Paul was billed as a clash of eras and established heavyweight, searching for redemption and a social media fighter chasing boxing respect. But when the final bell rang, the moment shifted. The internet erupted with clips and reactions, yet the biggest shock came later. Hours after the fight, Jake Paul faced the cameras with a raw message, announcing his retirement. Calm, reflective, and defiant, his words changed the meaning of the night. This wasn't just a loss on a scorecard, it felt like the end of a chapter.
I think at the end of the day, I'm a kid with a big heart that wants to change the world, disruptor, and I never took no for an answer, and I'm just chasing my dreams, having fun, and living the American dream, really. It's a testament to hard work and every single day dedicating yourself to a craft, pushing through when you don't want to be there, and it all pays off in the long run, and believing in yourself, setting goals that people think are impossible. That's really what my story is all about. And that I hope
There's a strange quiet after nights like this in boxing, not silence, but a pause before chaos settles again. Trainers checked on fighters, doctors moved through the room, and both teams disappeared behind closed doors. When statements finally came, they were raw and unfiltered. Fatigue admitted, respect exchanged, and that controlled intensity only fighters carry. Joshua spoke like a man replaying the fight in his head, missed chances, lost rounds, moments destined for years of debate. Paul's words were different. A mix of confidence and deep honesty, touching on the noise, the isolation, and the weight of judgment that follows every big moment. Both said the same thing in the end: respect for the night, gratitude for the fans, and the choice to let the fight live as a memory before it became just another line on a scorecard.
Skills. He has a very side-on stance, tries to practice the Philly shell, and I think Jake has a chance that is slim to none.
I really appreciate it.
Well, good.
Thanks, boss.
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Yeah. Heavyweight of the world!
Yeah, can you get my back? No. For the first week of sparring, I had to get comfortable in there and let things slow down and feel the power out and get the confidence to slip, catch, move.
Build up to the fight, predictions were everywhere and sharply divided. Most oddsmakers and analysts leaned toward AnthonyJoshua, naming him the clear favorite across betting markets. Major outlets echoed that view. On the data side, CBS Sports and combat analyst Josh Nagel backed Joshua, even tipping a KO or TKO, based on his resume finishing power against elite opponents. Yahoo Sports analysts agreed, suggesting Joshua was most likely to end it early, with experience, refereeing, and the stage itself favoring the veteran heavyweight. But the story wasn't one-sided. Several high-profile voices pushed back. Tyson Fury openly suggested Jake Paul had the kind of punch that could flip everything, even saying he'd bet on Paul in a hypothetical matchup. That alone fueled belief in the upset. Dana White offered a blunt take, skeptical of crossover hype, yet openly respecting Paul's willingness to step into heavyweight danger. It was clear the sports gatekeepers were watching closely. Jake Paul added fuel himself. In interviews and media appearances, he confidently predicted victory, insisting Joshua couldn't knock him out. That tension, analytics versus belief, gave the fight its cinematic edge. Afterward, analysts regrouped. Some admitted they misjudged the pace, others turned the bout into a lesson. Amir Khan praised Joshua's ability to impose old-school power and discipline on a modern spectacle. Fighters online broke down technique, ring control, and moments where crowd energy shifted momentum. What stood out was the honesty. Instead of excuses, many focused on craft, how to face a social media-born fighter, and how veterans must prepare for both physical danger and narrative pressure.
Well, it's very tough to say something about Joshua or Jake. You know, I'm waiting for this fight because I'm so excited. But, you know, Jake have a lot of chance to win, and a lot of people think he not, but I believe in Jake. I mean, Joshua is the best fighter and have a lot of experience in boxing. You know, he's a heavyweight guy, but Jake improved a lot, and the people need to respect both. You know, because it's not everybody have a sorry my language, but have a balls for come inside the ring and fight,
From the first bell, the fight was electric. Pole's unorthodox angles occasionally broke through, while other rounds displayed textbook heavyweight boxing-controlled jabs, setups, and heavy power shots. Small moments felt routine paused, but live, they were seismic. A short uppercut making the crowd gasp, a foot stumble shifting the momentum of a round. Afterward, both camps reflected respectfully. Joshua's team praised his jabs and power combinations. Pole's highlighted scrappy infighting and confidence in the ring that defied his unconventional path. Each side focused on what the bout revealed: new respect, new doubts, and countless what-ifs. Outside the ring, social media amplified every exchange. Clips looped millions of times, pundits debated technique, and memes magnified minor expressions into viral moments. Both fighters leaned into this, sharing raw post-fight clips that made fans feel part of the inner circle. Blending intimacy with spectacle, trainers analyzed like surgeons. Joshua's corner flagged missed range and high guard discipline, while Paul's team lauded conditioning but admitted tactical gaps against Joshua's power. No grandstanding, just clinical lessons, breakdowns of rounds, pacing, and adjustments to carry into future training cycles.
See those big discrepancy in skill. Sometimes the better fighter carries the other fighter, or maybe goes a little easier. Is there any part of you that maybe thinks that way, or are you going in there 100%?
Zero part of me. And it's not even that it's Jake. It's just, do you know, I was actually looking at myself today. I'm a very respectful guy, brought up by a good family, but if I can kill you, I will kill you. That's just how I am. And this is just the job I do, so.
This fight moved serious commercial meters. Odds shifted in real time, pay-per-view numbers were dissected, and promoters circled potential rematches like prize bulls. CBS and other analysts adjusted lines live, a reminder that modern boxing blends sport with data-driven entertainment. Executives and broadcasters will track rewatch sales and subscription spikes for weeks. Nights like this are currency. They fund future cards, convert casual fans, and can transform a fighter's marketability overnight. Fans debated meaning as pundits dissected technique. Older viewers grumbled about spectacle, younger fans celebrated the mix of content and craft, while neutrals admitted they'd been drawn into the theater of the night. Both fighters thanked the audience in separate messages, acknowledging that the spectacle exists only because people paid attention. Talk of a rematch circulated immediately, though both camps stayed non-committal, a standard negotiation tactic that gauges appetite while keeping options open. Smart money knows that if a first fight leaves more questions than answers, a sequel becomes likely. Both men left the door open, but health remained the priority. Statements emphasized precautionary checks, reminding fans that long-term welfare matters above all. This night reshaped narratives. For Joshua, it's another chapter in a career of titles, setbacks, and reinvention. For Paul, it's a high-stakes test of credibility and legacy. Both mentioned legacy one as a long arc, the other as immediate proof. Both agreed, how they respond in training, interviews, and future bouts will matter more than any single outcome. By night's end, humility mixed with fire. They thanked their teams, acknowledged pain and disappointment, and promised to return to the gym with renewed focus.
What it is that they're talking about is a massive bonus. So for me, I'm not worried about what people think about the integrity side. I'm more worried about, are they talking? And as long as they...
This was a calculated moment. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul won't fade from memory anytime soon. The fight will be analyzed, taught in gyms, and debated endlessly by pundits. Both fighters handled the aftermath wisely, focusing on what the bout cost them and what it gave back: lessons, respect, and momentum for the next chapter, whether that chapter involves a rematch, a fresh heavyweight challenge, or a new set of opponents. One thing is clear: they will be measured less by this single fight and more by their next moves. And now we want to hear from you. What's your take on the outcome? Who should Jake Paul face next to prove he belongs in the sport? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for all the latest boxing updates.